Exam practice, test 1. Speaking, part 1. Listen to 2 students answering some of the questions above.
Tell us about your best friend.
Well, my best friend's name is Alex, and he's in the same class as me at school. He's very friendly and likes a lot of the same things as me, like playing video games and chess. He's taller than me and has got brown eyes.
How often do you use the internet?
I use it almost every day, except maybe when I'm on holiday and we don't have the internet where we're staying. I use it for keeping in touch with my friends and for finding out information for homework and things like that.
And you?
Every day too, and I use it for the same things and to find out about new movies and games and things.
What do you usually do in the evening?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Do you do your homework in the evening?
Yes, I do, and sometimes at the weekend too. I also watch TV most evenings and play games and chat online with my friends.
What is your favourite school subject?
I like maths best
Why?
because I'm good at it and find it quite easy. We have a really good teacher too, so I enjoy it.
Which TV programmes do you enjoy watching?
I love watching films about wild animals, especially the ones that live in the sea. I really like quiz shows too, and some dramas. Lots of different things.
Thank you.
Training, test 1. Speaking, part 2, exercise 3. Listen to a student describing this photograph. Does she say the same things you said about the people? What does she say about the place?
In the photo, I can see a school library. There are 3 students in the library, and they are sitting at a square table. There are 2 boys and 1 girl, and they are all wearing school uniforms of white shirts and dark trousers. They are doing some schoolwork, but they are not working together. They are working quietly on their own. There are lots of books and papers on the table. All 3 students have pens, and they are writing or drawing in their books or on their papers. They have put their rucksacks on the backs of the chairs while they are working. Behind the students, there are lots of bookshelves. There are many books on these shelves, and on top of the shelves we can see some plants. There is a small window behind these shelves, but we can't see out. It is a very tidy place, and it looks like a good place to do homework. So that's why the students are all working hard.
Exam practice, test 1. Speaking, part 2. Photo A. Listen to a student talking about the photo.
In the photo, I can see a girl. She is a teenager, and I think she is lying on her bed in her bedroom. It looks like she is doing some homework because she's holding a pen, which she is also putting in her mouth, and is looking at a small laptop. Just in front of her, we can see an exercise book and another book, which is open, so she is using it for her homework too. There is also something like a snack that the girl is eating in a packet next to the notebook. She is looking at the laptop and seems to be thinking. She's wearing a light blue shirt, which seems to be made of the same material as jeans. Behind her, we can see some bookshelves. On the bookshelves, there is a round map of the world, a globe, and there are lots of books. There's also a very big metal alarm clock. Next to the bookshelves, there's a tall lamp, which is switched on. It is quite a tidy bedroom, and the books are all organized very nicely.
Exam practice, test 1. Speaking, part 2. Photo B. Listen to a student talking about the photo.
In the photo, there are 2 girls and a boy. They are all teenagers, and I think they are probably school friends, because it looks like they are all getting their lunch together in the school canteen. They are all wearing school uniforms, which are blue or white shirts. The girl at the front of the photo is paying for her lunch. She is smiling and getting some change from the person who works there. She has bought a banana, a drink, and some other food. The boy behind her is watching them. He is going to have an apple and some vegetables for his lunch. The girl behind him is watching the other girl. Behind them, we can see some special metal and glass tables where the food is kept and where the students choose what they want to eat. It looks like a very clean and nice place to have lunch.
Exam practice test 1, speaking part 2, photo C. Listen to a student talking about the photo.
In the photo, I can see some girls who are doing football practice. They are outside in the fresh air and it looks like it's quite a sunny day. They are in a park or on a playing field or somewhere like that. There are lots of trees at the edge of the playing field and there's a goal too, but we can only see the back of the goal, not the front. The girls are taking turns to control the ball around some orange things on the ground. I think they're called cones. They are wearing black shorts and pale blue shirts, except the goalkeeper who has a green shirt. There is a teacher watching the girl at the front of the picture, and maybe she is telling her what to do. Some of the other girls are talking to each other while they are waiting to practice with the ball.
Training test 1, speaking part 3, exercises 1 and 2. Follow the instructions in the book and listen for the answers.
So, which prize do you think they should give Gina?
I think the chef's hat would be best. Only cooks and chefs wear hats like that. It's so unusual, and I'd love to have something like that.
I don't know about that. The person who wins will definitely be a teenager and probably just enjoys cooking as a hobby. They're not a professional chef, so I don't think it would be very useful. What about the cake? Everyone likes cake.
I don't, and it's not a very healthy prize either. Why don't they give the pans then? What do you think about that?
I think their parents have probably got lots of pans already.
You're probably right, but they might not have any up-to-date cookery books. And they're a great way of learning how to cook better too.
That's a good idea. Yes, they're definitely the best prize.
Exam practice test 1, speaking part 3. Listen to 2 students doing the task above.
So, what do you think would be the best thing to take on a long journey?
I think the board game would probably be best. A game like chess takes a long time to play, so you could stay busy for ages.
I don't know about that. I think if she's playing with her younger brother, the games wouldn't take very long, and he would get bored of it quite quickly. He definitely wouldn't want to play more than one game. What about the homework? It might be good to do that to use the time well.
I think it would be very hard to do it while you're traveling on a bus. Your writing would be very messy.
You're probably right, which would also mean that art and drawing aren't a good idea. Taking a book would be good for some people, but I'd get bored quite quickly, I think.
Me too. I could listen to music for hours though. So why not take some music to play?
What about her little brother, though? He couldn't listen at the same time, and if he could, they probably don't like the same kind of music. They could both watch films on the laptop, though, and take it in turns to choose what they want to watch.
That's a good idea. And on some buses you can charge your laptop.
And I guess she could do some of her homework, or they could play games on it too, if they got tired of watching films.
I agree. So that would definitely be the best thing to take.
Training test 1, speaking part 4, exercise 1. Listen to Theo and Lydia giving their opinions about the foods they like. Complete the text with words from the recording.
The food I really like is pizza. I think it's really delicious, whatever you put on top of it, and I like lots of different types of pizza. I think my favorite though is chicken and pineapple. I know it sounds a bit strange, but it tastes fantastic. It's because the pineapple is sweet and the chicken and cheese aren't, so they go really well together. What about you, Lydia? What food do you really like?
I like pizza too, but the food I like most is ice cream because I can buy it in so many nice flavors and I love all of them. I prefer chocolate and vanilla rather than strawberry or other fruit flavors, but I'm very happy to eat them all. I think that learning how to make ice cream would be really interesting. Do you like making pizzas, Theo?
Training Test 1, Speaking Part 4, Exercise 2. Now listen to the second part of Theo and Lydia's conversation about healthy and unhealthy foods. Complete the phrases for agreeing and disagreeing.
I think fast food is really bad for you.
I'm not so sure. Most fast food restaurants and takeaways sell salads and things like that. I agree that a lot of the things we think about when we mention fast food, like burgers and chips, aren't good for you, but other things aren't so bad.
I guess so. I think that even if you have a burger every now and then, it's not going to do you any harm. It's when you eat them every day it becomes a problem.
Exactly. Some scientists think that things like chocolate are good for you too.
Yes, but only if you eat a very small amount each day.
Exam Practice Test 1, Speaking Part 4. Listen to two students doing the task above.
Have you ever been on a really long journey?
Yes, I have.
Where did you go?
We went to see some family friends in the United States. They live about 4 hours from New York. So first we got a plane from here to New York, which took about 7 hours. My parents had hired a car, so we picked that up, then drove to our friend's house. It took about 14 hours altogether.
Thank you. Which do you prefer, travelling by car or travelling by bus?
I prefer traveling by car.
Why?
It's much more comfortable, especially on long journeys. And you can set off when you want and stop when you want to. Also, it's much easier for me to play games on my laptop or tablet while my mom or dad are driving. It's hard to do that on a bus.
I think it's much nicer to go by car, except maybe when I'm going to school, because then you get to chat with your friends and it's only a short journey. So it doesn't matter if it's not so comfortable.
Yes, that's true. I agree.
Have you ever been on an aeroplane?
Several times, yes.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes, very much. I like the feeling when the plane starts going really fast, you know? When it's still on the ground but taking off, it's really exciting.
I think so too. But I don't like it when it lands on the ground again. That can be a bit scary.
Yes, it can.
Do you like travelling by train?
I don't go on the train very often. But I like it when I do. It's quite comfortable. And you can see the countryside going past, so I like it.
One time when I went on the train, it was so crowded that I couldn't sit down, so I had to stand up.
Oh no!
And is it important for people to think about the environment when they choose how to travel?
It probably is, but I don't think most people think about this.
I agree. They probably just think about what's easiest or cheapest, so most people get in the car to go to the shop even though it's only a few hundred meters away. It's just quicker and easier.
Yes, but I hope it will change in the future.
Me too.
Training Test 2, Speaking Part 1, Exercise 3. Listen to an interlocutor asking a candidate called Juan the questions from Exercise 2. Correct the mistakes in the information. 1.
What do you do in your free time?
I like watching TV, but the thing I like doing most is playing football with my friends.
2.
When did you start learning English?
I started learning English about 4 years ago.
Three.
Tell us about your favourite teacher.
My favorite teacher is my science teacher. He's English, but he speaks my language fluently.
4.
What are you going to do next weekend?
My cousin is coming to my house next weekend.
5.
What do you usually have for dinner?
I don't eat chicken or any other meat, so I usually have vegetables.
6.
Tell us about your school.
The school I go to now isn't as big as my last school. It's quite small, actually.
7.
What do you enjoy doing with your family?
When we go out together, we all want to do different things. My parents like going for walks, but I don't, so I prefer to stay in and play board games with them.
8.
Where do you usually go shopping?
There aren't really any good shops near my house, so I go into the city center.
Training. Test 2. Speaking, Part 2, Exercise 5. Listen to a student describing one of the photographs above. Which photograph is he describing? Does he say the same things you said about the photograph? What did he do well, and how could he improve?
In the photo, there are 6 children who are all getting onto a bus. They look like they are going to school because they are all carrying rucksacks that look a bit like school bags. Also, the bus looks like it might be a school bus. The bus has its door open and one boy is starting to climb up the steps onto the bus. It looks like it might be quite warm, but not very warm, because one girl is wearing a t-shirt, but most of the other children are wearing jackets or shirts with long sleeves. The children are all wearing different things, so they don't have to wear a school uniform where they live. I think it might be autumn, because there are still some leaves on the trees, but there are lots of dead ones on the ground too. It looks like a cloudy day with a bit of sunshine.
Training Test 2, Speaking Part 2, Exercise 6. Listen to a student describing the other photograph. Which photograph is he describing? Does he say the same things you said about the photograph? What did he do well, and how could he improve?
In the photo, I can see 3 women who look like they are shopping. The 2 women at the front are carrying shopping bags, and all 3 women are looking at the... I'm not sure what they're called, but they are like plastic models that wear clothes in shop windows so people walking past can see the clothes. The woman at the back is pointing at something in the shop window, and it looks like they are all discussing the clothes they can see. They are all smiling and look like they are having a nice day out together. The women are wearing nice clothes and jackets too, and the woman at the back also has a scarf on, so maybe it's quite a cold day. Behind the women, we can see a few people walking along the street, and it looks like there are other shops and shop windows next to the one they are looking in.
Training Test 2, Speaking Part 3, Exercise 2. Listen to Angelica and Raphael. Complete the conversation.
So, what do you think the teacher should do, Raphael?
I think that photographing birds and animals is a good idea. I mean, they're starting a photography course, so it would be good to do some photography together.
I'm not so sure. They'll be doing that a lot on the course. So in my opinion, it'd be better to do something different, like going to the cinema.
But don't you think it'd be very difficult to talk to each other at the cinema?
Oh, yes, you're right. And not everyone likes sports, so the teacher should avoid that one.
I agree. But having a meal together is very sociable and a nice thing to do.
Yes, that's definitely the best idea.
Training Test 2, Speaking Part 4, Exercise 4. Listen to two students discussing what they talk to their friends about. Do they just give information, or do they give reasons for their opinions? How could they improve their answers?
I always talk about the TV programs we've seen with my friends. Oh, and the videos we've watched online too. What about you?
Yes, I talk about TV programs and videos too because we like to recommend new things to each other, so we've always got something new to watch. What else do you talk about? Sport?
Not really. None of my friends are into sport and I'm not either. We discuss video games as well and sometimes tell each other how to do certain parts of the game that are difficult. It really helps us to get better at playing them. Do you talk about sport or video games with your friends?
Sometimes. We all like watching football, so we sometimes discuss the latest match. More than anything, I think we like talking about famous people, though. They're so interesting.
I think so too.